Welcome back to Hawk Talk, your source for all things National Park College Nighthawk Athletics here on the Nighthawk Network. With the coach, Rich Thompson, I'm Mark Oliver. Sports information for Nighthawk Nation. Hawk Talk is brought to you from the following sponsors: by Ouachita Children, Youth and Family Services, by RAD, Rise Above Alcohol and Drugs, and by CHI St. Vincent. If you would like to support Nighthawk Athletics, you can do so by visiting us online at np.edu/athletics. Coach, welcome back. We spent a lot of time in Missouri over the past weekend and postseason soccer for the men and women, and unfortunately coming home with a couple of losses, but great seasons to recap for both of these squads. Coach Diego Figueroa, in his first year as head coach for both of these teams, impressed greatly. 2 Region 2 championships. And the women were 1 win away from heading off to the national tournament, and the men played really hard against St. Louis Community College on Friday. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was a hard-fought battle on Friday against St. Louis.
The score ended up 3-1, but it was a lot closer than that. It was a very hard-fought victory by St. Louis, and we sold out there at the end, and unfortunately gave up one at the end there. So, but what a great season from the men, especially, and the men and women. But the men's team left it all out there. We had some great sophomores really lead that team and give us a great opportunity to repeat as region champions and go to the district and be only 2 games away from the national championship again, unfortunately. The ladies, they had a really tough matchup against number 9 in the country. They're with St. Charles Community College up there in St. Louis. The girls fought hard all year, and they really put up a great fight and improved immensely. Being 1 game away from the national championship is an amazing effort.
Yeah, future's bright for both of these programs. Special thank you to our sophomores who have played their final soccer game at National Park College, but of course, once a Nighthawk, always a Nighthawk, and we're really proud of you guys. Thank you for walking in the doors here at National Park College. Coach, turn our attention to baseball and softball. Of course, real fun one in the rain at the baseball alumni game to finish things off in the Fall World Series, and of course the inter-squad series, the Battle for the Bird. I know you guys are having a real fun time kind of closing the books on the fall season and turning your attention ahead to 2024 with a brand new season right around the corner.
Yeah, exciting things happening with baseball. It's always fun to kind of take a little step back and work on some things that you've been watching over the course of the season. You're trying to really implement some individual work for the kids to get better. We've seen them long enough now that we can make adjustments, and it's always fun, and they always have a great time when they split up and do have an internal World Series. The alumni game was great. It was cold. It was wet. I think there was more bats thrown than baseballs, but it was a great event. It was the first one we've ever done, and it was so good to see those guys come back and really reminisce on their time as Nighthawks and how much they've appreciated what National Park College has done for them.
Yeah, and some of these current generation Nighthawks got a chance to meet some kind of like Nighthawk legends. If there's a Mount Rushmore of Nighthawk baseball, I think all 4 guys that'd be on that statue were back in the ballpark and catching up with each other. There was hugs and handshakes and high fives and photos, and boy, it felt like a 10-year high school reunion out there. Just everybody coming in, hey, what have you been doing? And so many of them making the commitment to come from out of state, across the country, to come back to the place where it all started at Hot Springs World Class High School. And boy, what a memory that will be, playing in that game in the pouring rain. Certainly one of my favorite Nighthawk baseball moments I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, this is definitely not the first and last time we're ever going to do it. I think this will be something that we continue to do forever, and it's always great to bring those guys back and just catch up and see what they're up to these days. And obviously we try and keep up with as much as possible, but life happens, and it's not always as easy to pick up the phone. So.
Of course, Nighthawk softball is hard at work getting ready for a 2024 campaign as well. Coach Autumn Wyatt's bunch, I saw them this fall, Coach. They look like they're in mid-season form, battle-tested. They're ready to do big things this year.
Yeah, they're not going to play around. Coach Autumn's got them really lined up, and so is Coach Dory. We're excited to see what the girls can do this year. It's always a tough opponent in Murray State, and that league is very difficult. If you can get past them, you have a real good shot at being in the national tournament. So we look forward to seeing them on the field and seeing some really great quality softball.
And of course, Nighthawk Cross Country wrapped up its competitive season this year with the NJCAA Region 2 Championships. And congratulations to the Nighthawk women finishing 3rd overall. The Nighthawk men finished 4th overall. Great years for Coach Armitage, Coach LaRue, and our Nighthawk runners this year.
Absolutely. They have the Sparsity Running Festival this Saturday. They've got a last hurrah with all the crew, and then we look forward to the Nighthawk track and field season coming up in the spring.
Yeah, multiple athletes from cross country are going to switch gears to track and field. And, for these cross country runners, so many, I think almost every single player on each team, I'm pretty sure every player ran PRs at like every meet this year. It was all about improvement all season long. Future is really bright for this program.
Absolutely. I think that's part of it, right? That you come in and you don't stand still and you keep climbing the ladder and working on your craft and getting better and better.
All right, last but not least, basketball season is back. We're live in the Kettle tonight. Men's basketball versus Central Baptist College. Time to see what this team is really made of. In the Mid-South Classic, the Greyhound Classic at ASU Mid-South, NPC won a couple of close ones out there. Kind of got a little bit close, but I'm really excited to see him come home. It's the home opener. This Kettle is going to be bouncing tonight, Coach.
Yeah, a couple of really close games. I think it was by 3 and 4 or something like that. So really big wins. Some of those programs that they played this last weekend, especially Jones, is going to be a very difficult opponent for the future teams to play against. Tonight, CBC JV, I think the Kettle's going to be rocking. It's Western night, according to the cheerleaders. So in your best dress Western gear.
I'm so excited. We've already got history on the table. We've got records that are likely to be broken tonight in the Kettle. We'll be live on the Nighthawk Network, np.edu/live. 7 o'clock tip-off, the men versus CBC. Coach, always something going on. Multiple seasons coming to an end, and congratulations to those student athletes on great years and a lot more on the way here for National Park College. Never a dull moment in the doors here in Nighthawk Nation. He's Rich Thompson. I'm Mark Oliver. You can follow the teams online on Facebook, Instagram, and X. This has been Hawk Talk on the Nighthawk Network.